Hi and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. I'm going to continue our look through some of the things written down in the Bible by a guy called Luke, all things that Jesus did and said. Now today's story begins with someone calling out from a crowd about a family dispute. "Tell my brother to give me what he owes me," this man shouted. It seems that a man had died, leaving his two sons, and one of them was complaining that his brother hadn't given him a fair share of the inheritance. Now, do you know what Jesus' answer was? It was basically, don't ask me, I'm not going to get involved in your argument. But Jesus did figure out that there was something underlying this request, that the two brothers had a problem with greed. I don't know which way round this was, whether one had kept more for themselves or whether the other felt that they just had a greater right to more money. Actually, that wasn't important within the scope of what Jesus was going to say. But the issue of being greedy, now that was worth comment. So Jesus said that being greedy, it was kind of like being a farmer who one year had a huge harvest. So much so that he couldn't store everything that he'd got. So in the end, this farmer decided he was going to tear down the barns that he'd got and build bigger ones, enough to store everything that he had now and to keep it safe for many years and retire, live and have an easy life and enjoy himself. But this farmer had a bit of a shock coming. No sooner had he gained all this wealth and got it all stored than he died. And then what happened to it all? You know, all those possessions he'd accumulated? Well, they say you can't take it with you. And that's right. That's what happened. The farmer thought that he was secure with all this wealth. But the reality was that he had nothing that meant anything after he had died. And God said, this man, he's a fool. So what is it that we can learn from a story like this? You know, is there some problem with having some kind of security in our lives? Yeah, sometimes I've talked on these sound bites about God blessing us. And what do we do when we're blessed with success or wealth? Is God saying that's wrong? Well, no, it can't be, because God can bless us with that. I think the answer is not in whether or not we've got money, possessions, skills or anything else. Rather, I think the answer is in what we do with those things. You know, do you have a talent for filling in complicated council forms? If so, why not share that and help other people who can't understand them? Do you have time available? Well, why not help a neighbour who's struggling to look after their garden? Do you have money? Could you support some organisation in the local community that makes a difference? Maybe something with young people or minority groups or food banks or refugees. The list is endless, but it's also specific to what's going on in your area. Do you see what I'm getting at? I don't think it's wrong to have these things. I think the key is what we do with them. How do we use them? Do you know, there's work been done that shows we have enough food in this world to feed the entire planet, but we're just not very good at distributing it because some people keep it. And you know, I have to admit, this country is one of those that hangs on to food. We don't distribute it so everybody gets a fair share. You know, I sort of think that means, you know, God has provided enough for everyone, but it's up to us to make sure it gets where it's needed. It looks different for each one of us, and I can't tell you what to do. I can offer to help you. You know, if you want to help others and you're struggling to figure out how or what you could do, as a church, we do find out about needs in our community. And if you've got something to offer, you know, you can always get in touch with me and I'd be happy to try and help. Or if you're not living near us, why not reach out to your local community, maybe a local church, and see if there's any way that you can help. Whatever it is, think about what you can do with what you've got to help those around you. I hope you have a great week. God bless you.